be there if it's still cool. And then I got here too damn early.
You know what?
What happened was I was at Starbucks and they decided to take their sweet little time today.
Cass, you see that? You see the iPad you got right there? Jot down a note for me to slap Maddox the next time I see him. Just jot down a little note so I remember. Okay. A little note.
Done and done.
Thank you so
Done
much.
and done. Go ahead. Get my Apple Pencil out. You don't know how to act.
Is he drinking? Why are you so crunk this morning? What's happening?
Right.
Are you
no,
drunk?
he just came in here like this.
This is how I really am. I'm comfortable now.
It's going to
Can you tell that I don't have any makeup on?
No,
Yeah.
you can't.
I
I got you, boo. I got you. I got you.
Slap
I got you.
No.
Oh, it is. I can barely see out of these things. I don't know
Why
what
you have
they
them
feel
on?
like.
Then take them. Then take them off. I can't with them.
You the one drinking. What you drinking on?
Not what you think I'm drinking on. This is an energy drink. Energy drink. It's for energy things.
Yeah.
I'm not too over there crunk off the juice this morning.
H2O.
Man. Well, Devine, you first timer. Welcome to the 8th episode in the relaunch of Power Cut officially.
Hey.
You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? We back. This is Maddox's his second time.
Yeah, what she said.
First returning guest.
The returning
on
guest.
this show. Different side of the country. Back in Cali in the sunshine. If you notice, I am a little bit darker.
It's hot as hell out here.
It's hot. Okay, the sun is out. But this is our BLACKLIT Productions episode. BLACKLIT. And we will be joined by Ajani later on because he's got to do this interview separate. Y'all get it. Y'all see my editing skills. It'll look like it's all on. It's cool. But we here. This episode is titled Do It Yourself because that's what BLACKLIT Productions is. We are a do-it-yourself team. We write ourselves. We will be releasing it short. You guys have met Maddox, but update the people on what's been going on.
Absolutely nothing. Just been working hard. Same old. A couple projects for this year, last year. Just the life of an actor, man. That's about it. Nothing special except for this project we about to drop here really soon. So I'm excited about that. I'm still working. How about that? I'm still working.
Still working. Devine, would you like to introduce yourself to the people? Let them know what you got going on.
So hi, I'm Devine. The name kind of speaks for itself. But yeah. So right now I've just been working on, working with these two amazing, awesome, talented folks right here. And currently I've just been real focused on two personal projects of mine. One, of course, actually, is a group project. The other, it's in the making. We're gonna see how it comes out. I feel like a zombie at 2:00 in the morning when I'm still writing. I'm like, let me just. But other than that, just being full-time this, full-time mom, full-time everything.
But yeah, welcome to your first episode.
Yes,
episode 8 of Power Cut. May I say welcome to BLACKLIT Productions?
I believe so.
We can make that official.
Thank you.
So
Appreciate
this
it.
is the official welcome to BLACKLIT Productions. Well, first of all, tell everybody about yourself. Plug yourself in. Let's start there.
That part.
Plug yourself in.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Ajani. I am a author, poet, actor, dancer, photographer, a lot of slashes. But I'm here, thankfully, appreciative of my welcoming to BLACKLIT Productions. Appreciate it very much.
Ooh. Yeah.
As you guys know, I am CJ, a frequency chemist. Music is what I do. This is what I do. Creating is what I do. Momming is what I do. When I started Power Cut, as you guys know, I had my second baby. She is now 1.5 and counting and driving me nuts. But she's full of life and energy and keeps me up and running. That's what we have living.
Don't talk about it like that.
So let's talk about this project real quick before we get into our topic. It's a project that I wrote some years ago that I actually shared with Devine. Like, I think it even had a different title, but it was like, you know, at one point we were sitting down trying to get some creative stuff going.
Yep.
And
Over pizza.
Over pizza and drinks.
Pizza.
Pizza is one of those drunken pizza girls' night out.
That was getting lit.
You know, that's just how we get lit and get creative. And then I would go to bed because I would never get any juice.
Did you let it go? Let it go. You're just not allowed to have any juice. You're not listening. You're just not allowed.
I would never let me have juice with my vodka. But a creative thing that came along a while ago, I came back with the idea, like, you know, let's just merge together. Let's be a team. Let's, you know, push and get out there and create a platform for ourselves to market ourselves. Because, you know, it's a lottery out there trying to do your own auditions in hopes of creating a reel to show that what you can do. We're all talented individuals in all aspects, on and off the screen. So I figured put a team together and we do it ourselves. I wrote this short. We came together. We did it. We shot it in one day. These two amazing actors just had the greatest chemistry, and it was amazing to see. You know.
So we really doing this? What are we, roommates? You just gonna pretend like I don't exist? Like none of this matters? And that's supposed to make things right? Stop ignoring me.
You know what I mean? My little self had the little handheld camera. You know, I had the Canon 70D that I shot it with. You know, we did it in my little apartment. You know, but that was the first time, first go around. We don't need to call in no big old camera crew or nothing like that. You know, we'll get to that point. But for the first go around, let's keep it simple. Let's just see what we can do ourselves. All the music that you hear, I did. Some is from the EP. Some is never heard before. So how did you guys feel about filming it? How do you feel about the short?
Felt I was gonna kill Devine.
I'm telling you, the next thing I was like, he's definitely going to be a woman beater. He's definitely going to be a womanizer because he literally was just like, the whole shoot. I'm like, what is this?
Gonna be a woman beater. Surprisingly, the chemistry that we had was it really caught me off guard. I wasn't expecting us to kind of hit it right off the bat. You know, I expected a couple takes, just to get everything warmed up. But, I guess when you're working with, great actors, man, it's, it all just kind of flows.
Got it in, got it done.
Yeah, got it in, got it done.
Yes.
She got back out a couple times. She's crying for real and shit.
Why you gotta bring it up? Why you gotta mention my situation? Why you gotta mention why you gotta talk about my situation?
Real, yeah.
I can't help it. I'm a very emotional individual. Okay.
But no, it was good, man. I really enjoyed myself for the time being here on set and stuff. So it was fun. Man. It was a lot of fun. Yeah.
So much. It was so much fun. I'm not gonna go into it, but you did look like you wanted to hurt me at a certain point in time. I think he in character too much now. Hold on. When you tell us to just go at it, like how far do you want us to go?
He takes, I'm telling you, that's that Oscar, that's that A-list stuff. He's a method actor.
Which is why he's still wearing glasses inside. So
still wearing sunglasses in the
house. I was trying something different. Next interview I won't have glasses on. I got black eye right now, so I know everybody see that.
One of your shorties broke up with him.
Backfired on you. Took too far on set somewhere.
That's what it was. You're trying to womanize the wrong way.
This whole do-it-yourself thing, finding the courage to do it, what brings you to amp up and say, you know what, let's get it, let's do it. You know what I mean? Because this ain't easy. it's not easy trying to pull out that creative spirit and to just go for it and to just do it, because we don't know what the audience is going to think. We're kind of just doing this and hope that it works at this point in time. For me personally, because I've gone through what I did the last episode, the EP wasn't out yet, the EP is now out. I have been getting great support and feedback. And that was a big do-it-yourself project. So it took a lot of courage to get through that. And so now doing this, and even though it's a new element, it's like I have the courage to do it, but it's still just like that fuck it factor, which you guys remember we talked about in episode 1. You know what I mean? You say fuck it goes the wrong way. Just being open and being willing to just go for it and be open to the criticism, constructive criticism, or even the non-constructive. I mean, it's a big world, you know, opinions are just, you know, the age of social media is just out there. So you're kind of just throwing yourself to the wolves. But in the end, you're just doing what you love. I think that's the most important part. And that's what gives me the courage to begin with.
Do it yourself. It just comes from hearing no all the time. In this business, it's never you. It's never like your fault, or, you know, it's not anything about you. It's just for what they were particularly looking for. You did great, but I don't know, maybe your hair was too short, or, you know, maybe you smiled too much. Maybe your teeth too big. It can be anything, right? Kind of just take that and you just go like, you know what? Well, I'm gonna be a part of something, or do it myself. You know, be a part of something where my teeth can be too big and my hair can be too long, my hair can be too short. Or I can laugh too much, and I got this puppy thing under my eye. I don't freaking know, right? But I'm in a position to where I don't have to like wait on Hollywood, you know, to give me a job. Where, you know, there's plenty of outlets and resources. Not monetarily because I'm broke. But there's plenty of these things out there that you can utilize to do it yourself, shoot it yourself. You know, just constantly write, invest in a camera, invest in people, you know, who have different strengths that you don't have. Get somebody who can edit, somebody who can shoot, somebody who does music so they can score. You know, if you really want to make it like that, and then put yourself around like-minded people and just start gelling together. Marlon Wayans, I swear to God, I quote this guy all the time. He always said, like, if I would have waited on Hollywood to give me a job, I'd be broke. I'd be homeless, you know? So I'm using that mindset.
It's true.
And just kind of just, you know, utilizing that and hopefully to navigate me further along, because I am surrounded by great people. However, these people around me are like just booming and blossoming. I'm like, damn, get my shot. Man, what's up, man? I'm pretty good. He's up here. It's like, who do you think helped train these guys? So what the heck is going on? You know, what's going on? But
what about me?
So, yeah, that's my take on doing it yourself.
As a photographer, as a poet, like from the beginning, because obviously you haven't kept all your work to yourself.
No.
You know what I mean? So what gave you that courage to just say, you know what? Let's go for it. Let me put my art and my vulnerability, because that's what our art is.
I think most of us can understand and relate to that pressure of doing what either your family wants you to do, or what's safe in society. Like, okay, you got to get this good job. You got to go. Most artists have probably gone to school if they've been classically trained, or, you know, undergraduate, whatever. Probably had some sort of secondary major at safe haven. You know what I mean? But it's like at some point you have to have the conversation with yourself and say, okay, well, how much do I love what I do? And I think when I answered that question for myself, that was my passion. Those things that I wanted to do, that brought out the best in me. That was then that I feel like, okay, this is the time that I need to step out and step into believing in my potential.
No, I agree. I agree with both statements. I feel like the do-it-yourself factor is like, you either can wait for someone to give you a shot, or you can make your shot. You know, you can create your own. And I feel like what better way to do it? Doing it alone is just too hard. And it is better when you have other minds that think like your mind. And sometimes they have different ideas, and you putting them together might make something magical, might make something amazing. A lot of great, amazing directors, producers, you know, they started off as a certain group. You know, they stayed together, you know, like Adam Sandler, you know, he had like his little crew, which he is with like in every single movie that he's ever made. You know, he's like, this is my squad. This is my squad. This is who I started with. This is how, you know, we came up. And I feel like that's just such an amazing thing. You kind of have to do it because, like you said, Hollywood is literally like 80% of the time. They're going to be like, oh, well, you know, you're not 90 pounds and blonde. So thank you. Have a great day. You know? You are not a 6 foot Caucasian. That's what we're looking for, you know, so thank you. In that aspect, you got to kind of make your shot, you know, because if you don't make it, then you're going to always go through life. You know, what if I would have did it this way? So I feel like both points were valid. You just got to get the fuck up and do it yourself. Get out.
Do it yourself, see what sticks, you know, throw something at the wall and just kind of see what sticks.
Yeah.
Just really go from there. And if it sticks, then shoot, just keep plugging forward with that.
If it doesn't stick, keep going.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because how you gonna learn it? How many pieces of spaghetti you gonna have in your wall so you realize it's done cooking? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just what it is. You know, you gotta keep going whether it works or whether it doesn't.
People never died from losing. People died from not trying.
That's it. I had a good friend of mine tell me that one time. It's like, as long as you're trying, you haven't failed, you haven't given up. You only fail when you stop trying. Failure is my biggest fear. You know, people ask that question every now and again. It's like, a lot of times people will be like, oh, I'm afraid of death, or I'm afraid of whatever. For me, it's failure. It's a big umbrella that goes with. A big part of that is me being a mother. I can't teach my kids how to go for what they want to go for if I'm not. I go through the levels and sacrifice what I sacrifice in order to be able to lead them by example, which is important. That's why you got to just do it. Go for it. I'm always pushing my son with that because he's in that age now. You know, he wants to do a little bit of this, a little bit of that. I'm like, hey, do it. Do it. See what sticks. That's the only way you're going to find out what you're most passionate about.
That's true.
Just try it. Keep trying.
That's it right there, Maddox. That's it. Because I feel like, you know, I'm not really fully like afraid to fail. Because of the failure, I'm afraid to try. That's what kind of hinders me from doing a lot of stuff. And it's a terrible reason. You know, that's terrible. That's like, okay, well, you might win, you might succeed. It's always that what if. I'm just going to be afraid to try. So I'm going to sit right over here and then I'll watch everyone else succeed, which doesn't make any sense. You know, it's like, try, because you could be greater than those people that you see. You could be greater than what you think you could be. But if you don't try, you'll never know.
A lot of pushing itself. A lot of pushing itself in these last couple of things. Like musically, like you said, poetry comes natural. You know what I mean? And being a student of poetry for so long, you start to realize, okay, that's kind of what music is. You know what I mean? Because most times, and not all poetry, but most poetry has a rhythm to it.
Right.
You know what I mean? And most poets have to find, I know me personally, have to find my own voice in my pen, or my own voice and how I wanted to express my words. So I think the biggest thing that really made me go into music was my brother. It was the fact that he was a lyricist more so than a poet. And I was like, damn, like, well, if he can do it, I'm pretty sure I got some juice in me that I can, I can just take what I've written as a poet and then put some more rhythm to it. And even with music, it's just about finding that beat.
Right.
I can rap on a classical music track, and I can probably flow on that shit, because it's like you said, coming from poetry, that's more, in my personal opinion, that's like the root of what rap is and hip hop, and you know how stories were told.
Right.
Ancient times, you know what I mean? So I think that part came naturally, and it came more natural than I expected in that first session. It was like I wasn't expecting, and I didn't know what I was going to be doing.
Right.
I didn't know what if I do.
That definitely was a flow night. Like, we kind of was just like,
good.
Let's get out here and just vibe. And you know, we got the studio all night, because I usually book for the whole night from 8 to 8. And let's see what we can do. Let's see what we can pull together. You know.
Lose control.
Baby could be mine. I can blow your mind, send a tingle through your spine, but you know that touch your mind. Can you express your mind, do it from more times, but you looking in my eyes, got me high.
I'm always creating music. You know, when it comes to me, producing is relatively new to me. You know, it's relatively, like, I've tried it before, and it didn't work. It just wasn't it. But after going to school and going to Musicians Institute, it just helped thrust me forward, not only as a musician, but it started to make producing make sense more. Right. You know, daring myself to just do it. Overall, it was just important to me to come up with this idea. And it's something I've always thought about, which, you know, is Maddox, Devine, and then you being back in what Out West is like, okay, makes sense to create this team to be the support of the do-it-yourself, because I know you're a do-it-yourself person, obviously, and so are the three of us. So, you know, just integrating this team and just finding the support, you know, it's an energy-based thing overall. At the end of the day, like, we want to be able to be each other's support and help each other. It's times Maddox come over here and he be the main one too. He'll come over here and be like, can you run these lines with me? And you know what I mean? And it's like, let's be able to do that. This is a safe space. This is family here that we're building. That's what BLACKLIT Productions is. It's small over time. It will grow and it'll become big where we're going to have our whole everything else. We'll have our music department and it's finding that support system.
That conversation with people that are around them saying like, well, why you want to do that?
Right.
How you gonna make money doing that? Everybody don't make it in that. It's like everybody don't make it, but okay, cool. But this is my passion.
Exactly.
And it speaks more to a person's spirit for them to follow their passion, even in the face of failure, because it's like that is what opens you up in life. Yeah, how many people out here working 9-to-5s that just buried everything that they love, simply just to exist in a system? You know what I mean? It
just goes down a hole. Obviously,
right.
The stress, the anxiety, the hopelessness. And then now you're so indulged into what's going on to the world. Like, not saying that it's a bad thing. Obviously, you want to know what's going on in your world here in the mundane. But, where's your light? Where's your happiness? Where's your hope? It's healthy to have those things. You know what I mean? And as artists and as creators in general, like, you guys have no idea. It is literally a part of your journey. If you go on Instagram and you see like the encouraging posts and stuff like that, it's always someone who's saying steps to success as whatever you want to do. One of those steps is always saying the naysayers are talking about the people who are going to be against you, or what you're thinking of and what you want out of life is not realistic, and all. Like, it's literally a part of your journey to hear that, especially as creator, because now when you make it, you can make plenty of money. You pop is good as long as you know the business side.
You made it. Yeah,
you made it. You famous and you got all this money and the houses and the whole world loves you. But to get there, we get the most shit.
I mean, that's just
like, it's crazy, so but that pressure makes diamonds. So
that's it.
Right. Which is why I think it's important that we did this too, because when you're with a group of friends, it's different. That you can be a certain level of vulnerable with each other. When you're with strangers and you're like, dang, I hope I get this right. You know what I mean? I can't mess up this job. You know what I mean? Yeah. And, you're with strangers and that reputation won't keep bouncing. You know what I mean? But when you're with a group of friends, it's like practice, because that's what this is. We're practicing and we're showing what we've practiced.
Yeah.
And hoping that something catches. A lot of people have gotten successful nowadays off of just doing that. Just having fun, grabbing a camera phone or camera or whatever they can do and creating stuff. You guys follow Maddox, he's on the TikTok heavy now. You know what I'm saying? So
killing
it. You know what I mean?
Well, I passed my level of comfort with you two. Okay, I've had a whole Lion King moment with y'all, and that's it. So I just want y'all to know. Y'all not going nowhere. I had a whole waterworks show. Okay.
Yeah.
All the life situations you go through, if they don't hit you right then, they're in you. So when you get on camera, you just kind of tap into them. And I've got so many different life situations I could just tap into, and then boom, that's it. I think that's the one.
You might be the method actor over here. Hold up.
We know you want to be the abusive husband.
I know. He really wants to be one.
But I mean, that's true though, and it does help, because in the world of music, you're creating a lot of stuff. A lot of times as artists, we dig into ourselves, we dig into something that happens, to people around. Like, when I write songs, they're not always about me. Sometimes I've written songs about something that's happened to someone close to me or around me, or something I've witnessed or saw, but you still personalize. If you were close to it, you personalized it in a certain way. You're able to take that and make it into a work of art, because that person may not have an ounce of music creation in them. And and it's like, how can I express myself? And a lot of people as artists, they do express themselves vicariously through you. That's why people connect to music so much.
Can't put it no better than that. Pressure make diamonds. People might bet on boxing, people might bet on basketball, football. When you gonna bet on yourself?
That part.
You know what I'm saying? It's like,
that part.
At what point are you gonna say, okay, I'm gonna have a conversation with myself and realize, okay, I think I could learn how to, code good enough in the next 6 to 8 months in order to get a job that pays $100,000.
Right.
When are you going to, okay, so pay that money to take that course.
Right.
Or pay that money to take those acting classes. Anything.
It's interesting you say that because I've seen a post like this before. The difference between the mindsets of people, how it'll say like $100 for dinner. Oh yeah, sure, let's go for dinner, you know, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But it says $100 to pay for whatever for your business, and it's like I don't think I can do that.
Right.
It's a mindset.
Right.
At the end of the day, it
Right.
literally comes down to your mental, your choices. And I've even been in that position because I had to take a moment to look around, like, you know, business wise, brand wise, I was lacking, and I knew I was lacking. Yeah, I love to create. I'm spewing out music and stuff, but I have nothing to make it make sense.
Right.
So, you know, where am I missing it? So even just down to the little bit of whatever financially, I had to start making choices. And I'm not even a splurger. Like I don't have a closet full of clothes. Like that's not even me. I don't got Louis Vuitton and Gucci and all that shit. I'm very frugal and cheap when it comes to clothing. You know, every now and again, you know, I'm like, you like $40 jeans, I'm gonna look at it sideways. Like why the fuck?
Jeans, you gonna look at them sideways?
I'm gonna look at $40 pair of jeans sideways.
That's good.
However,
ladies can find jeans for like $2. Men ain't gonna find no good jeans for $2. Like, oh, girl, I got these jeans for $2.
And plus, I mean, on top of that, it's like at the end of the day, even when it comes down to clothes shopping, the first thing I say is, where the fuck am I going? I don't go nowhere. You know what I mean? So, like, what am I buying clothes for?
Right.
But at the end of the day, it came down to it. I'm like, but still, my business, my brand is lacking. So what I had to start doing was putting whatever money I would spend on whatever extras. And I had to build, you know. And so now I know to invest in my brand, you know, and
that's it.
Whatever I need to invest in my time, putting that extra time. And I'm, you know, which is another topic for another day, but I deal with anxiety. So I get stuck in those moments of free time that I should be trying to work. You know, so that's another topic. I ain't even gonna go down that rabbit hole today. We're gonna do that a different day. But overall, it just comes down to investing in yourself. Overall, you know what I mean? Support or not, you're gonna always go against the grain. Period. You know, so find you a support system. My circle of friends is so small, it's a line. Let's just call it what it is. You know what I mean? It's that small.
So small as
it's a line. It's so small as a line. I ain't even full circle, it's a line.
Bars.
Hell, I think that's like where probably your best work comes from, because you're just being so truthful, you know, in your work, whether it's music or acting or painting some fucking mural, you know, downtown somewhere. You're utilizing your truth, you're bringing your truth out, and you're putting that on display, being vulnerable. And, you know, I hear it all the time. I don't care what you would do, it's what the character's gonna do. So you better find yourself in that character, right?
Very true, yeah.
And then if you really take the time and like break it down, you're like, damn, you know, this is me, or I do have an experience in that. Oh, ding, 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 duh, there you go, let's do it. Yeah, just to piggyback off what y'all was saying, being true to yourself and being able to show that's what's gonna really make that shit pop. And like, you know, the audience can see that shit, like, you know, like, oh, that was real.
Oh yeah.
That was fucking real.
They'll connect. And that's how I felt, honestly. That's how I felt when I would watch this short, because I edited the short as well, so y'all can imagine every time I'm watching it. But even before I really started digging into the little pieces of technical stuff that needs to be fixed, I would just watch it because, you know, for one, I'm just trying to make sure I got every little missing piece or whatever it can be, whatever. But I also was watching it from a mental standpoint of trying to be a stranger to it, if that even makes any sense. And I kept trying to watch it from the outside.
It's the first time.
Right. Because I want to kind of capture it, and that's why I keep talking about how good y'all did. Because I legit find myself watching it, enjoying, you know what I mean, without trying to, you know, just take because I had to do the same thing with my EP. I had to sit back and be able to listen to it and actually enjoy what I'm hearing.
Yeah.
And I was doing the same thing with the short, and you guys did such a great job, especially that kitchen scene. I look forward to y'all watching this. Y'all gonna hate him.
I'm the innocent bystander. I'm innocent. He's the problem.
No, but y'all did so good. It's just like, you know what I mean, to be able to watch it tense up a little bit because it's like, oh, that's a lot. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And for it to be there, basically, I'm gonna call it what it is, a homemade movie.
It really is.
Call it what it is. A homemade movie.
That's exactly what it is.
That was pretty fucking good.
You know, the neighbors are probably like, what's going on? What's happening? Is it like, oh,
Yeah, okay. They're probably like, I
there's
don't
an abuse.
know. You know, I just walk around with the camera on my neck. We're good. It's
We're
cool.
good.
We're good. It's on purpose.
It's
on purpose.
We got the shots, though.
We got the shots.
That's all that matters. We got the
That's
shots.
all that matters. We did. We got the shot.
Wait, I lied to y'all not. I don't think I ever told y'all this, but when the day before we shot to get B-roll, I was walking up the street, and I think that was July 4th. Actually, this girl, maybe it's like a block away, we walking. This girl, she just falls out of her truck, and she just sits on the curb and just starts bawling out, crying. And then I guess I can only assume it was her dad that came out and was like, what's going on? What the hell going on? Like, why is she sitting here like this? It was a whole thing. Yeah. And the funny thing is he kept looking at me because I'm walking. You see this big ass camera around my neck. And I was like, I had to take the camera and kind of move it to the side because I'm like, I don't want you to think I'm like,
filming you.
Filming you.
Yeah.
Darn it, can you do that again? Because I'm going to find somewhere to put this in the scene. That was pretty dramatic. Okay? I like it. I like it. Now I need you to go back in the truck and do whatever, connect to whatever you would just feel it and fall out again. I want you to do it again. Let me just get it. And I was like, okay. Well, that's the way it starts.
Cut to 5 seconds later, Cass is running down the street with a whole bunch of family members chasing after her.
What are you doing here? This is private property. All right, get out of here.
Should I get one? Should I get a YouTube page?
Yeah.
What
That is the question, you
I don't
guys.
know what I would do.
Put it in the comments. Should
Johnny
Ajani get a YouTube page? Would you all like to see this all the time? And it's
Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. See what she just tried to do? I was going to catch that. If you want to see all of this all the time, like, cut. God damn, I'm sick of this shit. I told you.
Welcome back, all my viewers. We look forward to sharing repetition with y'all. Look out for it.
I'm just waiting.
We just got some audio. We just got some audio to work on. You pay yourself. You are one of the. You are part of this production company. You pay yourself.
You pay yourself. Yeah, this is it. You're the owner. You know.
Thought that
You
was
don't get
just
paid
some
to
mix
do
up at the bank or something.
No. Sorry.
That should be the sign off, Cass. Make everybody sign off like this.
Which means you write your own check. All right.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, BLACKLIT Productions.
We just met on the side street. She said, yo, can you come do this interview real quick?
I just picked him up.
Some shit called power cut. I had just got a power cut. You know what I'm saying? I said, hey, what the hell? I'm like, she paid me $5.50, so I was like, okay. I can get a McFish sandwich or some shit with that.
There you go. I paid for lunch. And then episode 8.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Power cut.
Somebody give me some water in here.
Damn A-listers.
Don't do drugs. Don't listen. I told you, cut. You can take this off. Like, you better not put this shit in any sort of little clip that
Thank you for joining me on episode 8.
You're welcome. Thank you
Power
for having me.
Cuts.
Hey, power cut.